jail. Oh, that's not good.
I'm writing a letter to the Commanding General for Travis Bishop to be released from jail.
As Community Liaison of Sasona Co-op, I'd like to welcome you to the letter writing party in honor of Travis Bishop.
The letter from Travis's lawyer, Bishop, after coming back from Iraq and before being ordered to deploy to Afghanistan, had a struggle with his conscience. Yeah, Travis is from Kentucky. I reminded him from Louisville. I reminded him on the morning of his court-martial of another great conscientious objector from Louisville, Kentucky. Anybody? Muhammad. Some of the main points here to consider. He's standing by his honor. He's standing by his Christian beliefs. And his order to deploy to war in Afghanistan contradicts really who he is, who he has become. This is really, we've got letters from Amnesty International from all over the world. We don't have a lot of letters from Americans, and we need some Americans to let General Cohn know that we're thinking about Travis. Here's Travis at Under the Hood Cafe playing his guitar. It's a GI Resistance cafe. Here,
is it local?
Yeah, it's in Fort Hood. We've got the statement from Amnesty International.
Furthermore, Amnesty International believes the right to refuse to perform military service for, quote, reasons of conscience.
Took place, but we're in a phase now where the general can reduce the sentence. The general can let him out early. That's why we're writing these letters. That's what Amnesty.
He's in Washington State?
Yeah. A year in prison. Now, Travis is from Kentucky. His family's in Kentucky. He spent last year or so in Fort Hood in Central Texas. He's got a lot of friends in Fort Hood. But now they put him in prison way up in Fort Lewis, Washington, far from everyone. We want him to be released early, and that's why we're writing these letters.
I mean, I guess it's that tomorrow, too.
Of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and Article 18 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, which the USA has read.
His rank from sergeant to private. They took 2/3 of his pay. They gave him a bad conduct discharge. They gave him a year in prison. Got some blank papers here and some pens. They have him in handcuffs. They have his feet shackled. They have to protect the world from a dangerous man who refuses.
I think I might include that my father was a conscientious
military guards of eavesdropping on their conversations with their lawyers. One attorney says these are violations of the soldiers' constitutional rights.
The issue is not whether they were deserving of jail or not. That's not the issue here. The issue is, no matter who you are, you have the right to be treated humanely and fairly in prison. Fort Lewis is not doing it.
He returned in good faith and is not going through that process. That should be respected. There's no reason for him to be in jail.
It's really good if we have any veterans or people from military families.
I started the letter by saying, as the son of a conscientious objector of the Vietnam conflict and the grandson of a World War II naval officer, I'm urging you to release Travis Bishop immediately and unconditionally.
Adams, in 15 years of doing this, has interviewed dozens of people trying to become conscientious objectors. He's only given like 2 or 3 recommendations to become a CO. One of those was Travis, and so he is a legitimate conscientious objector, make no doubt about it. Salute as Travis is.
And with all the bodies that have stacked up since then.
Putting a conscientious objector in prison, thinking that's going to deter them from what they're doing or change their mind, it's as if you put Dr. King, Martin Luther King, in jail and said maybe this guy's going to change his mind on civil rights.
I go on to include a couple key points, first of which, of course, Travis is a legitimate CO.
Hey, thanks, everyone. I'm Thad Crouch from Standwithhonor, and we're going to talk about Travis Bishop, who was imprisoned for standing for his conscience. Thanks, Melissa. Of prison for a year. in the face of his money being taken, being called a coward and a deserter and a traitor by other people in the military. He has stood for his faith as a Christian. He has stood for his conscience in the face of all of that. And we're going to honor his stand.
Travis Bishop,
Sasona Co-op honors your stand.